Your Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, CCON, my Minister, the Chairman of the occasion, you forgive me, this house is overloaded, and I'm happy. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you. This is one major ceremony that is starting dead on time. I think you are already speaking for yourself. The NIPR is already showing us, that you are already a successful spokesperson. I'm happy and glad that those of us of the old school will respect timekeeping. So I want to congratulate the President and everybody present for this ceremony today. And I'm happy at the great attendance. Well, the President of the NIPR has done such a fantastic, in-depth, intellectual job that I'm wondering, if you look at the program my speech is there, it's as if I was borrowing from the President on the definition of who is a spokesperson, on what are the roles of a spokesperson, on what is expected of the spokesperson. And by the time he gave all the examples of his experiences with all past ministers, you find that he has already exhausted everything that you need to know about a spokesperson. So I just talked to the paper, and I don't want to waste your time because the Honorable Speaker is scheduled to leave here by a little after 11, and they have so much to do, and we have to respect the schedule. So I want to thank all of you, and particularly all the past ministers who are here. Well, we're talking about spokesperson. Thank God, Jerry Ghana is here. When Jerry Ghana was there, he made the whole thing so interesting. If you are to speak, speak well. If you are to sleep, sleep well. If you are to wake, wake well. Everything was well, and that's Jerry Ghana for you. And that's the job of a spokesperson. Engage the people, sell your product, sell your principle in a way that you can convince the entire audience. Here is Nwodo. He became a minister. He was born into the ministerial house. The father was once a minister in the First Republic. Became the president of the Ohanese. And the president of the NIPR was saying when he comes with his swagger, you have to have certain attributes as a spokesperson. You must be well dressed, you must be knowledgeable, and as you all know it, a good and successful spokesman must be part of all the organs of the institution that you are representing. You must be well informed. I'll give an example of Obafemi Awolowo. You are a young journalist, and Chief Awolowo was one person who was a publisher who read the Tribune like everybody in the morning. He never interfered, but he has a way of engaging his spokesperson and getting them educated. Every other week we had dinner with Obafemi Awolowo, and he will pour his mind, he will tell you his vision, he will tell you his program in a way that we were already fully educated about what is Awolowo, what does he want, and that's why you see that those of us who serve Awolowo, we were serving with passion because we are fully educated, fully informed, and we were convinced about his own philosophy. So he had armed those of us who are his spokesperson in the then day. I was in Daily Times, Adeleke was in the Tribune, Peter Ajayi was in Sketch, and they turned us into the Southwest Axis. The rest of the country says those Southwest Axis of the, because we really held on Nigeria and engaged Nigeria. But we were able to do it because Chief Obafemi Awolowo took us in and gave us full education about his program. And then you say people are die hard And you are talking about Lai Mohammed. No, you see, Lai Mohammed read French, read the languages, and then came out again, went back to read law. So I don't know whether to call him linguist or lawyer. You see, you have to have a very strong background. And he single-handedly, when we transited from AD to AC to ACN to APC, you cannot ignore Lai Mohammed when we are transiting from different. And when he was engaging the government of the day, you cannot ignore Lai Mohammed. Well, he served 8 years. At a point, he was so strong that they started him Lai. And he himself came out and said, yes, they call me Lai. My son said they are calling me Lai. And indirectly killed the story of Lai the Lai. I was talking with the minister just now as a spokesperson. We were concerned that the governor of Borno made a very complimentary remarks about the minister Idris. And as you know, before he became minister, he was the general secretary of the MPA. He's a practitioner both in the NIPR and in the media. He owns the Blueprint newspaper, seasoned and experienced. And I was saying, well, look, this Borno, I said, okay, I have decided to ignore his statement, very complimentary about me. He made a statement about Borno situation, and the governor said that he was uninformed. I said, I've decided not to. You see, there are certain times that a spokesperson must know when to pull back, when not to comment, when not to say anything. It's not all the time that you talk. Otherwise, you talk yourself out of steam. I want to thank you that he used his knowledge to say that I've ignored that situation. Now, let's go international. Look at Donald Trump. He's the toast all over the world now. Just as he was in the days of COVID, when we were all restricted. My wife and I used to sit down and watch the theater called Donald Trump during the COVID. And it was one who said, let them take Lysol. Take Lysol. And Deborah, the doctor, Deborah Boss, was looking at him. What's this man saying? And he couldn't react. Now, imagine what Donald Trump is now doing. He has some good ideas. He wanted to raise more revenue for America. They are in heavy deficit and they keep printing dollars. But he's going about it the very wrong way, and those are thrown over his head. He doesn't know when to stop. He has now become the spokesperson for himself, and a damaging spokesperson for that matter. Almost every day is in the Oval Office. And a president does not speak the way Donald Trump is speaking. And then you go forward, you come backward, and now 150% tariff on China, and then you backpedal that. There will be no tariff on laptop, no tariff on a smartphone, no tariff on this. The president does not go forward and backward. As a result, he's losing the confidence of people, and because he's talking too much. I'll give another example. Contrast the situation between Zelensky and Donald Trump and the interaction between Keir Starmer and Donald Trump, two spokespersons speaking for their own country. Well, Zelensky, out of inexperience, allowed Vance, the vice president, to provoke him. And when you are dealing at international level, you have to at times be stupid. Zelensky could not bear it when Vance provoked him, and he reacted negatively. Donald Trump is an egoistic character. Then contrast Zelensky's reaction to Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer came in, he knew he was dealing with an egoistic character. And what did he do? He delivered a letter from King Charles. And he gave the letter in such a gracious manner to an egoistic Trump and said, you are going to be invited for other state visits. It has never happened. You will come. And by this time, the author was speaking of the gold carriage. How he's going to ride the other gold carriage at the mall in UK and everything. He forgot everything, and Christama, as a spokesperson, engaged Donald Trump, studied his character, and gave him what he wanted. And you can see the gain. When he was doing all the tariffs, he gave UK, I think, 17%, when he was giving about 50% to China. So, you see, again, a spokesperson will study the situation, the subject, the character, and the background of what you are dealing with. So, a spokesperson must be deep. And when you talk of past ministers who are here, I'm happy to see what they have spoken about him. I'm happy to see Weke, I'm happy to see Lebanon. All of them are there with them. If you look at Lebanon, he was a student activist in his university days. A very strong background. Then, when we were forming Nadeco, here he became a young man, was working in Champion then. 59 of us formed Nadeco in 1993. And he was the youngest of the 59 of us who formed Nadeco. You can imagine where you have the likes of Ajerat, Kanu, all of them, Power Jasmine, Adebayo, in General Adebayo's house. Lebanon was the youngest person. I look at him and say, he has been an activist. So by the time he became spokesperson, he has had a background of activism, knowledge of the country, and he was able to fit in into the assignment given to him. So you can see that when you are talking about spokesperson must be well-grounded, knowledgeable, educated, and exposed. I don't want to take too much of your time. I've just come to give 3 examples of what I see as the ingredients and the necessary tools for a spokesperson. Take, for example, the days of Biafra War. When you listen to Radio Biafra, and the then Ife Chukwumerije, when they speak from Biafra, with some powerful graphic illustrations, they made a difference. And when you look at the past, some of you should study the past of your past colleagues. I'll give an example of Nwokedi. Nwokedi handled the then NMPC and then later became the spokesperson for the then General Obasanjo in Jordan Barracks. But you see, the great thing about Nwokedi is that he was not always just turning out releases. He was always in all the newsrooms, interacting with all of us. And he made it, you don't have to like Nwokedi. He will come into the newsroom, interact with you, and relax you. So when he uses a statement, you're already friendly with Alex Nwokedi. The same thing with Alex Akiele. Then in customs, before he became Minister of Information, when he was in customs, he would walk across from the custom house in Tinubu Square to Kakawa, and he would go around all the media houses interacting with people. So a spokesperson must be sociable, lovable, have high, strong presence, not to overdress, but be decent. So I have given some of these examples to show that what you require from spokesperson. And once again, I want to thank all of you for being here dead on time. I want to thank all of you, particularly all the veterans who are here, including my young ones like Ononuga and Co and Dari and Badejo. When you see Badejo, is always in both sides. And that, I mean, again, that's an example of a spokesperson must give you a presence, an arresting presence, that by the time it comes, I will already have and interest. And when he speaks to you, he will give you an engaging attention. Once again, I thank all of you, and may God bless this conference, and may God bless you abundantly. Thank you.
Another round of applause. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we will be suspending the